Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another video on some F1 2020 driver career mode with Red Bull. Today we're doing episode number 36 for the Monaco Grand Prix, season 3, round number 4. Yes, if you missed any of the previous episodes, I believe now that I have updated the playlist links in the description, so you can go and check that out. And make sure also subscribe as well. We're still aiming for 250 subscribers by the end of the year, as there's rain forecasted for the end of qualifying. Although, knowing that probably Jeff has got that from the BBC, I doubt that's accurate. It could come early, it could not even come at all. But in the start of qualifying though looks pretty nice. I mean, there are a few clouds out as you'd expect, but nonetheless it is a nice day out there for qualifying, and we're just gonna, well, it doesn't affect the setup anyway, because for me I always run 11 wings regardless if it's wet or dry. I know you could probably get away with 10-11 or even 9-11 sometimes, but pace is actually good this weekend. We've started off only 1300ths off Leclerc. Leclerc obviously improved, but coming through to the end of the lap now, we've dropped to P8, so we're still in the top 10. This could be our best qualifying since the United States last year into Raskas. Actual fact, notice the timer there. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's checker flag goes now. So yeah, Albon just come in there. Actually, he's just set his lap, and he won't be qualifying ahead of us. I think he had Vettel in traffic. I'm not sure if Vettel even got in front of the line. We've improved by 4 tenths. Albon's gone behind Vettel, as you can see there on the mini-map. But we're coming through there, as we've now dropped ourselves, the Red Bulls, to 12th and 13th. But this is a 4.5 tenth improvement on this lap. Very good lap. Mostly made up through the last sector. And it's going to be P6 today. So, best of the Red Bulls.
Cannot be serious!
Of course it had to happen. Albon just magically managed to get a lap there. He set a lap. Oh, I don't know, maybe he had special permission for the FIA to set his lap after the checker flag or something, because he was behind us like 13th down where Bottas is. I don't know. Well, it's 6th place nevertheless. It's a good qualifying. Let's see what we can do. It's time for the race. It's time for today's Monaco Grand Prix.
Nelson Piquet once said that driving the Circuit de Monaco was like riding a bicycle around your living room, and it's not hard to see what he means by that. There's no more prestigious a Grand Prix victory than Monaco, but also none so challenging. We're on the French Riviera once more this weekend at the 2-mile-long Circuit de Monaco. The cars climb around 40 metres up through Beau Rivage, onto the casino, and then descending down towards the harbour through Sector 2. It's a very short run from pole position to the first of the 19 corners here, 7 to the left and 11 to the right. There's one single DRS zone as well, so don't expect that to make overtaking any easier today. With the Grand Prix nearly upon us, Anthony Davidson is by my side once again to offer his perspective. Let's talk briefly about Esteban Ocon. Looks like they've got a tough race in store today, as grid penalties from changing power unit components has forced them further down the field.
But on the bright side, at least those fresh components can help them maintain the power they need to come through the pack. I expect to see them take a more aggressive approach today to make up for the compromised start.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Alexander Albon put in a great lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Magnussen, Leclerc, Daniel Ricciardo, and a Red Bull, Russell, Vettel, Sainz, and Sergio Perez. Norris, Bottas, Max Verstappen and Stroll, Gasly, Kvyat, Antonio Giovinazzi and Nick de Vries, Latifi and Esteban Ocon rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
I think we can get points. Race strategy is a one stop from soft to medium, so that shouldn't be too much tyre wear. It's only a 25% race anyway. I don't know, we might go longer on the softs if the tyre wear is good enough, but we'll have to wait and see. That this is only a 25% race, so there shouldn't really be any tyre wear. Ferrari lights got, and away we go for the Monaco Grand Prix. It's a better start than Ricciardo, and we go all the way around the outside of the Australian, going through turn 1. A little bit of banging with Leclerc, but we're through, and at least he's not been squeezed this season otherwise last year, and we're up into P4, so we're already closing in on the AlphaTauri of Magnussen. We need to get in. Albon's obviously been given a gift by the game, because obviously and by the FIA for setting his lap, as there's the usual yellow flags for the turn 1 hairpin with people going up. We're already closing in. You can see how much Magnussen is so slow through this section. You can see we're almost literally pushing him in. Lucky not to lose our front wing there multiple times really through that section. He really needs to get on with it. Obviously then he's got the profound performance of watching Sebastian Vettel. It wasn't a great performance in Spain for the man who won in the Netherlands, but he is out of the race with an engine failure, and that's going to rule out the safety car, and we're going to come in and double stack. Maybe a bit of a mistake, but otherwise we're just going to lose out because our pit window's open on lap 6, and by the time we do that, unfortunately the team just pause there for a second. 4.1 seconds stop, exactly what I mean. This is 1.2 seconds. We've lost places to Leclerc and Ricciardo, annoyingly. Again, that's just the game for you. I think they could do a lot better when you're double stacking in this game. They shouldn't really take it. If you look at Mercedes or Ferrari in real life or Red Bull in real life, they don't have that pause when double stacking. But anyway, up at the front we've got the two McLarens who have yet to stop. Obviously a lot of people, there's a racing point as well. Obviously their performance will be improving now the new patch is out, although that will be coming in next week's videos around Canada, so that might be not Canada, it's Azerbaijan first, then Canada, excuse me. This is the problem when you don't actually go to follow the calendar in real life. You forget which order the races are actually in. So closing in on Ricciardo, we jumped to lap 8 now, down the inside of Ricciardo and up into P8, so that is a very, very nice move there. I think was it Nansel on PK in the 80s did that when they were Williams teammates? It must have been 86 or 87, I think. We pushed Ricciardo out, but Ricciardo's clever enough not to get Russell, as we're now catching up to Leclerc. There's a Williams who's quite in front of Hamilton. He's now been come in and he's sort of released Hamilton, so Hamilton I suspect is going to settle off into the sunset. Albon is way out in front. I mean, if he loses this race, it'll only be the engine failure like he had in the Netherlands, where he lost that race to Bottas. Unfortunately, we couldn't set up Leclerc here on lap 11 because we ran out of ERS. It's not the amount of ERS, the percentage, it's just the usage per lap. I think there needs to be, in future F1 games, there needs to be an economy. As we're looking at Leclerc, we're pushing him through that corner just like we did to Magnussen earlier in the race. We need to get, well, at the very least I want to get back into P4. I think we can get Magnussen, but we're jumping to lap 16. Leclerc isn't doing very well outside the hairpin. I feel like there might be an opportunity, if we're brave for it, around the outside going to the inside out of the hairpin. We try have another look round lap 17. Leclerc doesn't give us the room. We will have to be I think we're going to have to be forceful there. That's, I think, where we're going to have to do the overtakes, because we're not really getting anything done. We jumped to the penultimate lap of the Grand Prix now, lap 19. Hamilton has indeed set off into the sunset. I'd hope that he could catch Albon, but he hasn't been able to. This train is really starting to grow. There is actually Hamilton. You can't really see Albon. He's already in the third sector. As we're looking now, this might be an opportunity. We're still side by side with Leclerc. and we take a bit of curbing. Front wing damage though, but we've got the position. That overtake came at a cost. As I say, we stuck it around the outside. I was setting this up for quite a few laps. We took as much curb as we could. Gave us Clerk as much space as we could there. We've got front wing damage, but that of course is going to be a bit of a nightmare. We're just really holding on. Magnussen's gone. That's his third place now. I mean, the man who was leading the championship after round 2. There's a bit of a more of a train as Verstappen has come to close as Albon comfortably wins this Grand Prix. As we're going through into the final section, can we get our best result so far of the season? Close to the wall there, coming through Razkaz through the final corner, and it's just straight from here up to the line. It's our best result so far. It's P4. Yeah, it could have been better. I thought we could have got Magnussen. I think we would have got Magnussen in the pit stops. Ocon pitted early than everybody else, and so he jumped everybody when they were double stacking in the pit stops. So he managed to get up to P8 from 20th, so that's a very good strategy there. Bottas as well getting the final point ahead of Verstappen, and still no points for Racing Point in this season. They're racing pointless in this season so far. I think they're the only team, or did they score in the last? Well, Alan, we'll look at that in a moment. But yes, in terms of the driver's standings, Albon now moves to the top. He has a 7-point lead over Lewis Hamilton. It's pretty much a 2-horse race at the moment between those two. Leclerc moves up to 3rd. Magnussen back up to 4th after his no score at Spain. We move up to 6th place, so there's promising signs there. We can use this to build it on. We've got some of our favourite tracks of the season coming up, including Azerbaijan, Baku, Canada, and we've got Austria coming up, and France as well is all coming up in before we depart for our team, which at the moment is looking like we're departing for Renault. We're back at the top of the constructors now. Ferrari not really having a great day, obviously losing for Vettel, who didn't have the best of qualifying. We've jumped ahead though of Mercedes as well, an 8-point lead now, so we've pretty much reversed that deficit. Renault are down to P4, but I'm sure they can bounce back. I mean, Ricardo, a bit more sashi upgrades on that car, I think, and that car will pretty much be able to match the Red Bull at certain events.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it. Your teammate took the #1 spot. Does that make you happy or jealous?
I had an off day. I'll be in front next time. Well, we hope to be in front next time.
Your teammate. Will you be
as long
celebrating
as
with them tonight?
No, we won't be celebrating. I'll be discussing tactics with Renault. I gave you one answer there, Claire. Come on. No. I would love to see somebody go and cite Kimi Räikkönen. That would be the reactions that Kimi would give. Would be the best thing ever. But yes, here's how things look. Lewis Hamilton has got 2 second places and 2 fourth places, so he's building up for a race win, but he hasn't actually won. Bottas and Vettel, 2 other race winners, have had really off races, languishing down at the bottom end. There's 2, apart from Spain, where Bottas sort of dominated there. He really, for Bottas, it's really not the great thing for him. But yes, for us, we did win last year at Azerbaijan. That is the next round, so we'll be targeting victory there. We had a string of 4 podiums from that result as well, so that's what we're targeting next week. But until the next VR time, take care. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy your day, and goodbye.